Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this exclusive webinar on the dawning of a new era of cyber defense brought to you by QSecure with AWS. My name is Meg Gleason. I'm the head of user experience and product adoption here at QSecure. And today we're excited to explore with you how the partnership between AWS and QSecure is paving the way to protect your critical data in the face of an evolving threat landscape. We hope to equip you with valuable insights into the quantum threat and to highlight the many benefits of securing the critical data of your businesses and customers. Furthermore, we'll share with you just how easy it is to get started with QSecure solutions via the AWS Marketplace, equipping you with the tools for protection today and tomorrow. Please feel free to drop any questions into the chat. If we don't get to them today's presentation, we will have a team member reach out to you, but we'd love to hear from you. Now, to guide us through the new emerging landscape and provide insights into this powerful partnership, today we have with us Rebecca Krauthamer, who is co-founder and chief product officer here at QSecure. She's been named Forbes 30 Under 30 in quantum computing. She's also been named one of the top 12 women in quantum computing and is a member of the Global Futures Council for Quantum Computing at the World Economic Forum. She'll walk us through ways to get started with QProtect via AWS and guide the fireside chat with one of our coolest friends, Ankur Srivastava. He is the head of field and customer engagement and development at Amazon Web Services. He is a focused senior business development manager for AWS Marketplace's customer advisor team, where it is his mission to guide customers through their procurement journey with AWS Marketplace ISVs while driving accelerated procurement transformation. Now, let's jump in. Next slide, Pat. The global race towards quantum computing is on and intensifying. If you've been following along in the news over the last couple of years, you'll have noted that the US and foreign nations have ramped up their investments in this transformative technology, with global public investments increasing from $30 billion in 2022 to $40 billion this year. Now, what exactly are they racing after? Governments and private sectors worldwide are pouring these billions of dollars into research and development, aiming to achieve quantum supremacy and ultimately harness the unprecedented computational power of a cryptographically relevant quantum computer. At the same time, these advancements have spurred on significant investments into the protection of critical data and communications. In the news, we see constantly that the US, in particular, continues to authorize funding to enable cybersecurity preparedness, specifically for emerging quantum technologies. Now, why is that? Next slide, please. Simply put, the encryption we rely on to protect our critical data today cannot withstand the power of quantum computing, to say nothing of quantum computing aided by AI. With over 20 billion devices requiring upgrade today, it has been said that quantum computing poses the largest encryption upgrade in history. Now, you may be thinking, upgrades take a long time. When is the right time to start? And the answer is yesterday. Quantum computers may feel far off, but store now, decrypt later attacks are alive and well, with adversaries stealing our critical data with long shelf lives, from financial records to trade secrets and private healthcare records, specifically with the intent of decrypting when a quantum computer with enough qubits in power is readily mature and available. When quantum computing capabilities reach a certain level of power, they'll be able to enable bad actors to break communication sessions and take control of that data in real time as well. So it's no surprise that government is projected as a key sector, most at risk, with finance and insurance following. But no industry is exempt, and we at QSecure are already seeing the projection shift a little bit, with critical infrastructure, energy, and telecom moving quickly to secure their data in transit today with post-quantum cryptography. While the threat and prospect of a full encryption overhaul may seem daunting, but with a slight shift in perspective and the proper toolset, we hope that you'll come to see it really as an opportunity. With the evolving threat landscape, it is crucial for business and security leaders to recognize the significant changes ahead and proactively adapt their cyber defense strategies. The quantum era calls for a shift in the traditional paradigms and frameworks to an agile way of working and forward-thinking controls. Next slide. QProtect enables business and government to lay a new foundation, embrace the algorithm encryption upgrade cycle as it is experienced today. Our all-in-one software-based solution provides quantum protection for critical data wherever it travels. It's specifically designed to work with existing infrastructure, be it modern or legacy, and deploying it is non-disruptive and enhances current encryption without requiring cryptographic discovery and inventory. It enables orchestrated quantum resilient connections for wherever data travels, be it from web applications to browsers, back-end applications from one to another, or between network assets such as routers and switches. Next slide, please. Now, once it's deployed, QProtect provides administrators with a set of centralized controls through the QProtect admin console. You'll see a little bit of a snapshot here. And what we're looking at specifically here is the QProtect ability for cryptographic ability. It enables the administrators with a choice of all the NIST standard algorithms, enabling organizations to be adaptive amidst the evolving algorithms in conversation. You also get the choice to choose the key length and rotation that align with your org-specific data security policies. It's also equipped with a dashboard for monitoring cryptography in use for secure sessions. And these controls enable you to effortlessly and on demand provide an inventory of your cryptography and usage and make sure that any changes in cryptographic ability are reflected in real time, simplifying ongoing compliance and audit requirements. We believe that now is the time for organizations to lay a new foundation for the future. It is time for business and security leaders to pioneer this new era of defense and cyber and take the first step. And good news, it's just one click away. QProtect is available through the AWS Marketplace, and Becca will show us a little bit more about that. But we do want you to know that as you take this pioneering step, you are not alone. Next slide, please. Here's a quick overview of a few of the organizations that are leading the way in their respective industries by adopting post-quantum cryptography via QProtect via AWS Marketplace. We've got folks in telecom like Swisscom moving quickly to advance their security postures and that of their customers. We've also got a couple of engagements in the federal government space leveraging AWS technologies for some cyber and technology readiness exercises. Also look to our friends at Accenture and Oz Digital Consulting. They're simplifying the vast complexity of securing cloud quantum computing environments via QProtect and AWS. And then our friends over at Odeo and Healthcare who are ensuring that their patient data is in transit secured, leveraging AWS as well. And we've also been named the #1 product leader in the global post-quantum cryptography space by Frost & Sullivan. Please do check out our news online and follow us at QSecure if you've got any more questions. All right, over to you, Becca.
Thank you so much, Meg. And I'm Becca. Thank you all for being here today. Just a really quick segue into our fireside chat. What Meg showed, we have available a free PQC Ideation workshop. You can sign up on our website. If you sign up before June 7th, you can be entered in to win a free 20K proof of concept pilot. And that, with that, we deliver to you. You can take our software for a test drive. You can test it out in a real environment that's relevant to you, and we'll help you develop a PQC migration roadmap, which you can use to champion this migration process and demonstrate how easy it is within your organization. I think one of the key takeaways is not everything has to be migrated at the same time, but there are certainly applications that do need to be migrated sooner than later, and we make that very simple. Pat, next slide. And if you are going to AWS Reinforce next month, you can come and find us at booth 201. We hope to see you there. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Ankur. And I've known Ankur for probably a decade. And as Meg said, Ankur is the coolest. He is someone that we get the great pleasure of working with at AWS. He has been a champion. He is one of the best strategists you will encounter. And he's here with us today. Ankur, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. And I thought we'd kick it off with just kind of a broad question about AWS Marketplace. And can you tell us in the audience, what is the purpose of AWS Marketplace?
Yeah, first of all, Becca, thank you so much, and really exciting. And that is probably the coolest intro ever. So thank you for that. Yeah, look, AWS Marketplace, for folks that don't know, is, as Becca pointed out, probably one of the coolest things ever. And it's a digital software catalog where we have various software, SaaS, data products, solutions available from ISVs like QSecure for our customers to find very easily, try, buy, and deploy securely. Into their environment. And it's also supported by a rich ecosystem of partners that are, software implementation partners or channel partners that can help accelerate that deployment. And of course, as I pointed out, we now have QSecure products available in Marketplace for your customers to easily find and engage with as well. And also, obviously, one of the biggest pieces, we're actually tying into the benefits that a lot of customers have with their AWS commits that they may have made, and making that procurement part fairly seamless from a transaction perspective as well.
And so you talked a little bit about this, but what's kind of the broader power of the AWS QSecure partnership?
Yeah, look, one of the things that we focus on, fairly well as AWS is we want to innovate, but we also know that innovation often happens with our ISVs and our customers working together. And so while we facilitate that ecosystem through services like Marketplace to accelerate, we know that some of our customers may be at the leading edge of innovation. And when Gen AI landed, we actually had various Gen AI solutions available within Marketplace for our customers to engage with, to transact with, and ultimately build into their products. And we know that post-quantum cryptography is a pretty big topic as well. And so to know that you are available in our Marketplace catalog for customers to find and engage and deploy is also a component that helps us be at that leading edge, right? And so what we get to see is we get to see you all paving the path with your technology and solution set, and our job is to help help our customers think through how they can actually incorporate PQC into their product strategy or future initiatives that they may be thinking through. So the partnership is highly valuable because you guys are actually helping us identify indicators in terms of what the customer sentiments are starting to drum up. Yeah, well, I mean, and honestly, it's a pretty cool stuff that you guys are up to. I actually get to ask you a question as well, Becca. You are the Chief Product Officer for QSecure, and today your job is to effectively shape the product that I would say truly resonates with customers and drives adoption. Why in that context was it important for you to be available in Marketplace and ultimately fit in seamlessly within the AWS ecosystem? Any reflection on that?
100%. I think from day one, it was super important because people now know that the quantum threat is a thing. Like when we talk to people and potential customers, we're not telling them anything new. People understand that quantum presents this threat to encryption. But what is the current state is that for whatever reason, maybe it's because post-quantum has quantum in the name, or I think it overwhelms people right now. And a lot of people don't know where to start or how to get going. And from a product perspective, we're out there on the edge, right? We're the leading product, and what we do is we solve this problem in a really simple way. And I think most people don't really are only starting to comprehend that they can solve this without 10 years of rip and replace and overhaul and yada yada. So the importance of being on the Marketplace, right? It's a quick way. Well, first of all, it's a quick way to give customers this aha moment that it's like, it's just a software upgrade. We're addressing this at the network level. You can buy us on the Marketplace in this form factor that you know and love, and it's not complex. So when we think about getting this out where it needs to be, again, we're on Zoom right now. Zoom announced today or yesterday that Zoom now supports post-quantum encryption, because these conversations we're having on Zoom, we don't want them leaked. And so I message same. So these different use cases, they're immediate priorities, and we're working with a lot of telcos and very specific sectors and very specific use cases, immediate priority. And so making it accessible via AWS, huge priority, and also we see it as a no-brainer for our customers, whether it's federal or public sector who's adopting cloud more and more, right? And care maybe more than other sectors about the security when it comes to the cloud, or non-public sector, they get it. And to be able to consume and upgrade your communications to quantum secure communications in a very simple way, that's pretty cool, and that resonates with customers. And we pride ourselves on building customer first and bringing ease to that customer. So that combined with, as you mentioned, you can take this right out of your AWS commit. Again, it's a fantastic vehicle to deliver this.
One of the coolest things that I've had the pleasure of watching your journey evolve into is how much you've aligned with the public sector and really built this product out, and the adoption curve in that. And so as you start looking at, different verticals or different industries, maybe you could talk a little bit about what specific advantages they'll be able to receive by this, this preparedness strategy that you bring to the table. Any thoughts on that?
Totally. Yeah. When we got started in 2019, we initially got started with a grant from the Air Force. And one of the first things we did, one of the first demonstrations we did was on, it's the AWS Snow family. And it's this tactically deployed cloud in a suitcase, what they call it. So, this branch of AWS that maybe, if you're on the public sector side, but maybe not otherwise. But being able to sit there, and again, I think with the public sector, as they're making this migration to cloud, it's critical that it's in a way that they can trust. And there are already mandates for making this migration to PQC, to post-quantum encryption on the federal side in the US. So ton of traction there, and it pretty universally takes the form going through the AWS delivery, I guess, channel.
Yeah, and one of the cool things about that is as you kind of go through these motions of these sophisticated discussions that you're having and use cases that you're nailing with public sector, fin services, telco, that product that our customers get engaged through in Marketplace becomes a little bit more enabled, and they know that there's maturity curve that you're hitting because you're tackling these really sophisticated use cases. So that makes it really, really exciting as well, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And AWS also offers, I think, to your point, means of demonstrating compliance in some of these really sort of, sometimes top secret use cases and environments. So a lot of reasons that it's been really powerful in that particular sector. And we're doing quite a bit on the DoD side and tactical deployment, but other things that also involve the cloud, more administrative use cases where they're handling sensitive data and transmitting sensitive data, where it's important that data remains secret. So the versatility and compliance is pretty cool.
Yeah, I would agree with
that. Flipping it back to you, you talked a little bit about kind of how you support leading edge companies. I think it was cool you pointed out you support, or for years you've had generative AI solutions, and now all of a sudden it's what everyone's talking about. So I think it's cool. What advice do you have for your customers, your marketplace customers who want to adopt leading edge technologies?
Yeah. So look, we are in an accelerated cycle of innovation, right? It's happening faster. And today, as we talk to chief product officers who are building technology, and their minds are blown with, the evolution of the traditional technology sets or tools they may have used, they are now open to looking at building into their architecture more ways to ingest data, build automation, and then security, right? And so we're challenging that framework to say, where can you go and where do you want to go? And how do we accelerate that with our ecosystem of partners that exist like QSecure? And so if quantum cryptography isn't something that's a top of mind for them, it's important for us to actually make sure that they're thinking about this and bringing folks like yourselves into these discussions, and actually going beyond what I would say is the traditional rip and replace discussions to actually now innovating at an accelerated pace. So I think one of the biggest advantages that we get by having QSecure in the AWS Marketplace catalog is that we do get to have conversations with a CISO that's thinking about what is the next 3 to 4 years look like from a security framework perspective. How are they going to tackle not only the issues of today, but also the issues of tomorrow that are very quickly creeping up on them? And so by actually having you stand next to us and walking into those discussions, and actually what I think is co-building use cases, finalizing them, and then reintroducing them back into Marketplace as a solution, helps once again, other technologists benefit from those solutions that these customers are helping you develop. So that's definitely one of the biggest advantages that I see. And so, I think what those learnings mean are quite a lot, and how our customers then align to it is where we come in and help them really get oriented. So for me, that's actually pretty exciting because I like to go past some of the traditional conversations that may be taking place. I would say, actually, if I could, you've heard of the era of let's call it software-defined networking, where we saw the SDNs come in and revolutionize networks. I would say you guys are sort of ushering in a new era itself, which is, let's say, software-defined cryptography. Would you agree with that? And I would say, why would you say that that's important, and why is it important, and especially why is it important with AWS? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I love that. It really is kind of our secret plans to take over the world, right? It's not just about a PQC migration or post-quantum cryptography migration, right? I think that's where most people are entering in, trying to find a way to solve the quantum threat. But as we move into a world where AI is moving faster and faster, quantum is coming of age, right? Encryption has been this static thing that you pop in and you hope it's good for the next 20 years. And that model is not going to work. And so the natural progression of things is that we as organizations are taking control of our encryption, of our cryptography. And I think it still surprises a lot of people that that's not how it works today. And so that idea of software-defined cryptography, that's really our MO. And it's, again, that idea that not only are we putting in new cryptography, but we're giving the cybersecurity org the ability to go in and change algorithms as needed, to change key lengths as needed across your network or in specific segments of the network, to layer encryption algorithms, to fully control. So should, for good cases, right? If the cryptography in use needs to be the key lengths, we want to up them for additional security. Or conversely, if AI, quantum, whatever it is, comes in and makes us upgrade to a new algorithm 5 years from now, let's say. So you don't want to get caught flat-footed, and that's the world we're entering into. So really, it's the platform is one of cryptographic agility, what they call, but it really is that idea of it's software-defined cryptography. It's control of your cryptography. It's deploying and orchestrating like a ballet, the cryptography at work in your network, so you can protect your crown jewels, right? And doing that through AWS is a mechanism to get wherever we need to go in your network. And there's there's so many valuable use cases that we're working with customers on, from starting from cloud migrations, right? How do you get that data securely from your data center to the cloud, and then within the cloud? And so being able to deploy that level of orchestration of cryptography, that's really what we do and what we do well.
No, that's very cool. Very cool. I know we're coming up on time, so I just wanted to just say this, today, for our customers, you are available in our catalog, and you are easily accessible to engage. I think you guys actually have, if I'm correct, 2 offerings listed in Marketplace today. Maybe we could talk a little bit through that. One is a service where you come in and actually help do a consultative service, and the second is actually the product itself. So if you don't mind painting that picture a little bit for the customers, that'd be great.
Yeah, 100%. That if you're at all curious, reach out. You can find through our website the link to find us on Marketplace. So it's either the strategy session, or you can just, if you're ready, go ahead and sign up for that POC. And if you're in that strategy session, we'll work with you close. You can take the software for a test drive via AWS, and we'll again deliver you this roadmap. So we want our one job is to bring ease to you, and empower you to be the champion within your organization, to champion this, to communicate it effectively, to present a roadmap, and have that roadmap in place and be able to get kickstarted on that roadmap. So you have 2 options. Either way, you can one-click buy on the Marketplace and get going. And I want to give a shout out to, before we wrap up, I want to give a shout out to Ankur, who's incredible, and AWS as a whole. AWS has been a huge support, and I think it's so evident from working with you guys that why you're a leader in innovation, and you prioritize, move fast, and really support that innovation from within and without. And so just shout out to you guys, and thank you for everything.
Yeah, very cool. And congratulations on all the success. I did hear rumors that you guys recently got a Frost & Sullivan #1 in PQC Space award. So congratulations on that, recognition on that. So that's huge. And look, I'll just say this to the customers. Gen AI kept up on a lot of customers when we talked to them, and they're trying to figure out how to internalize it. And they're having conversations after it was introduced. Quantum is here, and PQC is a discussion that I'm starting to hear a lot more of within the CISO space. And so if you're starting to think about, what is it and how do we think about it, I would say the QSecure team is obviously very bright and engaged, and actually has proficiency in there. And so don't be afraid to actually just have a conversation with them, because you'd be amazed at how they're thinking about this, and you'd be even more amazed at how much validation they've gotten through, as I said, some of the contracts you guys have secured through the public sector. So excited to have you in our catalog. Excited to see you guys continue to thrive and be successful. And we appreciate you being our customer and also our partner. And thank you again for giving me the opportunity to chat with you today.
Thank you so much, Ankur. And I look forward to the next time. With that, I'll hand it over to Brandon. I'm not sure if we have time for questions, but maybe we can fit one in, but I'll let the man in charge decide.
Looking at the chat here, it looks like the majority of the questions, we've got QSecure CEO Dave in there and setting up calls and answering questions. I think we're good on Q&A today, Becca. If you want to wrap us up, please.
All right, fantastic. So feel free to reach out. We're here to be the guide. And thank you for coming today. We hope to see you again.